Are you ready?
Actually, I'm not ready.
Really?
No, I'm going to have to...
You didn't do your homework?
I didn't do my homework. Wow.
Oh my God, Ashley.
Look at their blank. It's the first time ever.
It's super blank. Welcome to Ducks Unplugged. 2 minds, 1 podcast, and 0 fluff. It's not just work, it's life, and it's definitely not usual. Let's dive in. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Ducks Unplugged. I am Deanna Dolecki.
I'm Ashley Ruggieri.
And you just get the 2 of us today. Lucky, lucky ducks you are.
See lucky ducks.
Yeah,
I see what you did there. Love it.
This episode is going to be about hot takes and hard passes. Unplugged, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The ironic thing is I actually am the one that's naming the episodes, but I don't ever
never remember the name
of the episode.
Correct.
So what that little delay was,
Yep.
But here we made it. We figured it out.
You did it.
So we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff today. We're going to do our traditional What the Duck segment, as we always do. We're actually going to focus in on rebranding something iconic. And so we picked 3 separate things. We're going to be talking about Black Friday, which I know isn't a brand per se, but
it's iconic.
Definitely iconic. And we're going to talk about Netflix and Match.com, right? So we're just going to live brainstorm, honestly. We didn't really prep for this. And so we're just going to have a live brainstorm on what we would do and talk a little bit about each thing and some of our marketing thoughts on every one of them. We're also going to have a section at the end called Hot Takes and Hard Passes and a work hacks, working smarter, not harder.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get to that later in the episode. So let's get into it. What the duck, Ashley?
What the duck? Nobody's here to help us figure out who has the better what the duck.
I know.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll let you all decide.
Yeah, that's the way it was meant to be. So,
okay.
Yeah, don't lead the audience, please.
Great.
All right, you go first.
I'll go first. My what the duck is the fact that all of the Real Housewives must be seething right now because Jimmy Fallon has teamed up with Bose from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and she is going to be on his new reality TV show On Brand. And it's basically Jimmy Fallon's creating a marketing agency, and that agency is going to do major campaigns for large brands, and we're going to be brought behind the scenes while they're doing the campaigns. And Bose is coming in as the CMO, and she's going to mentor and evaluate the creatives, and that's
kind of fun.
So she's
been on. Is it reality? Or is it like a scripted?
It's a bit of both. Okay. I mean, I'm sure that they're talking with whatever brands that are going to be on the show and making sure it's going to be, the right creative, good creative. But then they're going to bring on different creatives to this agency, this new Jimmy Fallon's agency.
That's interesting.
And it's going to be this reality show around it.
So they must be, isn't she new?
She is brand new. She has been on for 1 season, and these other ladies must be out of their minds. I mean, just think about all of the startup businesses for some of these housewives of past, like Ramona's toaster oven. Do you remember that?
That wasn't it? Oh,
Sonya's toaster. Sonya's toaster.
Like
Ramona's had a Pinot Grigio, turtle or something like that.
Yeah. Sonya's had a few.
Yeah, she had that quick clothing line with Century 21s.
Yeah. Totally taken off.
Many things don't stick when the housewives try to start a business after they've been on the Housewives.
Yeah.
But here, Bose is coming in. She's like, step aside, everyone. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I cannot wait to watch that.
That was a bold choice on his part,
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Jimmy Fallon knows she's the real deal.
Yeah.
So she's the person for this.
That's pretty good.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, so they're definitely all having what the duck moment.
Yeah.
So mine's actually New York City related as well.
Wow.
Not Housewives. So I saw recently that you can buy a can of New York Air.
Why?
On Etsy.
Why?
For $13.26, which is very specific. Okay. So I'm like, okay, that's like, seriously, what the heck, right? 298 reviews.
Wait. Okay. If you bought it, do you keep it in the jar or do you open the jar?
That is the question. I mean, if you're buying it for like nostalgia, I would think you open it. But is it really New York? It can't really be New York Air, right?
It's from the person's apartment?
I don't know. It's so weird.
Oh, wow. That
I
is
couldn't believe. I'm like, all right, how many people are actually buying this thing? And then I saw 298 reviews.
What did the reviews?
All very positive.
Okay.
All very positive. And there are other areas that you can also buy a can of air from. So
Okay.
it's not just New York, but that's the one that caught my eye.
I don't know that New York would be my choice.
No, I don't think it's going to
Like
smell
hot
great.
garbage.
Right, like those nuts. Like
The vendors.
yeah, like it's almost like the steam coming up from the
Hot
subway
dog water?
mixed with
Ew.
So gross.
Gosh. All right.
So that I thought was really weird.
That is so weird. You win this one.
That was
I have to
weird.
say that was unexpected.
And I might get you one at some point.
But would I open it?
Let's
or would
open
I keep
it. Let's do that. Maybe
Oh
on the
my
next episode, I'll
gosh.
get a can and we will open it and we'll see if it smells.
Are you going to expense $13.26 for New York City Air?
I mean,
I would love to see our.
it requires me to do an expense report. So I don't know.
I would love
but
to see how that's
that's
accounted
worth
for.
the personal investment for me.
Okay.
So,
Great.
okay.
Good on you that you won that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. But let's start with our iconic rebrands.
This is going to be iconic.
Inspo for these companies or holidays.
Yes, correct. Black Friday is so iconic. It's been around for so long, but I think the essence of Black Friday has gotten lost over the years.
Totally.
Black Friday starts in October.
Seriously.
It's many weeks.
Yes.
It's online. It's not in store. Remember the yesteryears of running into the stores, shopping at midnight
Yes.
after you were really full from Thanksgiving dinner.
Waiting in lines.
Yes.
Like crazy lines.
Yep.
Yeah. To get
Yeah.
the TV.
So Black Friday felt like this big institution back in the day because you physically had to get yourself there,
What?
physically had to be there.
Yeah.
And now it's just not that
Everybody's
anymore.
taking kind of liberties with it, right?
Yes.
Sales that start way, way earlier online, trying to get ahead of Black Friday.
hmm And then it's Cyber Monday,
Right.
and then it's Giving Tuesday,
Right.
and it just all is blurring together.
Right.
So I think that Black Friday needs to just go away.
Yeah.
That's my hot take
It
on
kind of
this.
has.
It has. People don't feel like they need to buy
Right.
during this time of the year. So I think that brands instead should be focusing on more obscure and exciting points throughout the year to introduce a flash sale
Yeah.
or a way to get people to buy from the brand, and then they can continue to follow up with them throughout the year.
Yep.
Instead of one big day that isn't a big day anymore
Right.
and is now a big
Well, and it's almost expected. So you kind of lose some of that. Oh, wow, that's a great sale. I'm going to take advantage of it, right? People are expecting and I think sometimes disappointed with what is put out there at that time of year.
Yes.
Whereas if you can have kind of the surprise and delight concept of a flash sale throughout the year,
hmm
you're going to have a lot more traction.
Yeah, and tie that to things that are already going on in the world, whether it be like a March Madness.
Right.
You can tie a flash sale to March Madness.
Right.
You can offer a discount. You can do a bracket.
Right.
What are you going to buy? Fill out your bracket of what you're going to buy, and
Yeah.
we'll give you a discount at the end.
Yeah.
If you complete your bracket and you purchase the cart.
Yeah. And you win, you can maybe get an extra. That could be fun. right?
Exactly. Yeah. Gamify it. I mean, there's so much going on right now. It's how do you just, it's called the von Restorff effect. When you tie your
Wow.
brand
Yeah.
to an unexpected event or period in time that makes the consumer stop and think real quick, like, oh, what do you mean? Okay.
Right.
It kind of just changes how you're perceived in people's minds,
Yeah.
makes them pay a little bit more attention to you.
Yeah. I like it.
So, hot take is that Black Friday is out and
Yep.
brands need to focus on more interesting and meaningful events throughout the year.
And create your own if you need to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, or leverage some of the, like, there's a holiday for everything. There's ice cream day, there's mac and cheese day. there's-
National Donut Day.
Right. Like, so you could do that, or you could do more traditional things. Or, for one of our clients, we do May the 4th be with you, right? And the price point is $4 or $40 or $14, right? And so you can look for those opportunities, and they're quick hits. So, if it works, like sometimes it works too well, right? You don't have that much risk
Yeah.
because it's just a 1 day or 2 day thing. But there's lots of opportunities, especially in other segments. So like Hispanic segment, for example, or perhaps the Asian market, right? There's different types of holidays or moments throughout the year that you can really lean into for different audience segments.
Correct. This can be a really good opportunity to test too.
Yeah.
So testing a specific offer, testing a specific channel, because it's limited. It's not something that you're going to promote for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. You have a very specific time period and who you want to reach and what you want them to do.
Yep.
So it can be a really good opportunity to also just boost some revenue.
Totally.
That's on a lot of minds these days. How do we get some quick hits?
Yes. And let's not wait until the end of the year to have to do it.
Correct.
When you're competing with so much else that's happening and the wallets are getting thinner and thinner, right, as people are spending.
As marketers, we would personally love it if you did not wait till the end of the year to put out your major Black Friday marketing campaigns.
For your oh shit moment at the end of the year.
Let's do that in Q2.
Yes.
Let's really get ahead of our forecast.
Yes.
Let's start to plan. Let's use Q4 for planning a successful Q1 of next year.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's the dream, right? That will never happen.
That's the goal, but right.
But yeah. So sorry, Black Friday.
Yeah.
The Black Friday of yesteryear was fun and exciting and meaningful to consumers. The Black Friday of today is just a little watered down.
The other thing that kind of bothers me about that time of year, little tangent, is I've never understood where Giving Tuesday is after everything else.
It's like, what money do you have left?
How many money left
from Black Friday to give?
It's like Giving Tuesday should go first.
That's true.
Right. And then it should be the more consumer based.
I think that's called capitalism.
It is.
Unfortunately.
Right. I'm just trying to.
Maybe we start that. We will do our Giving Tuesday the Tuesday before Thanksgiving.
Right.
Yeah. Because we do a lot of charitable work with our agency and we do a lot of giving. That will be what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we will create for ourselves.
Turn that on its head a bit.
Yep.
Right.
Pre-Thanksgiving Giving Tuesday.
All right. So then another one that we were talking about is Netflix.
Yes. Netflix is in an extremely cluttered subscription service.
Very cluttered.
I can't even talk about it. I'm just getting so overwhelmed by the number of, there's so many subscriptions. Netflix is an OG.
It is.
Of the streaming subscription services.
Yep.
They were one of the first to have specific Netflix original shows. They were one of the first to have a really dedicated algorithm. Their algorithm runs really deep. If we are watching the same shows, my cover art for the show might look different than yours.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
They try to really know who the user is. But as there are more and more options and people have how many different
much choice?
I've got 5 or 6.
I definitely have 5 or 6.
And you feel like you need all of them because you're getting a little bit of something from each one of them. Netflix has to keep innovating.
Well, and I think Netflix suffers a little bit from, it's great that it's an OG, but it's also not great that it's an OG, right? So sometimes I associate Netflix with just kind of older. It doesn't have like all the latest movies and that's, I don't know if it's fair or not, but that happens.
Perception.
It's a perception that happens from time to time for me.
Yeah.
So, not my first stop.
I run into the problem where I will watch really specific things on Netflix. And then when the season is over, I feel like I don't necessarily need it for a number of months.
Right.
And then I start to question whether or not I need them in my life.
I'm literally in that spot right now.
Oof.
Yeah. So because it is one of the more expensive ones.
That's true.
In comparison to some of the other streaming services. So,
yes.
And I don't want to let it go. I just, I feel loyal
but you might
to
have
it,
to.
but I don't know if I'm getting the value out of it. And so, but then, there are going to be some shows that come back, like Emily in Paris, for example, right?
Yes.
That I'm going to want to see. So
I would love to see Netflix look at their product package and implement either a pause feature for subscriptions or a binge feature. So if you wanted to just binge Emily in Paris when it came out, charge more.
Right.
For a weekend pass. 48 hours to binge. And you don't get more time. It's like you have to commit to this.
Maybe give me a week.
Maybe. That's you can charge more for a week.
Yeah.
But a pass, like, you get a resort pass at a local hotel to go to the spa, but have a Netflix binge pass, or let me pause it for a couple of months. Define your terms, but maybe I don't want to have it all year, but I just want it in key periods where my
But I don't want
to
completely break up, but I don't want to be active all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. I would love that. I love the idea of a binge pass.
Yeah.
That would be so smart.
You heard it here first, Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I mentioned this on another podcast too. I think Netflix, out of all of them, should have a loyalty program of some sort. I mean,
that would be awesome.
Like the more you watch, the more you do on that particular provider versus others, because I search all of them when I'm, flipping through looking for something.
Yeah.
But they want me to watch with them. They want me to use them.
So what would you get? Like a free rental or something? Something.
Yeah. Like, maybe a discount off of if I watch X number of hours or shows, I get X% off.
$1 off your subscription.
Something. Right. Exactly. So I think that there could be other ways to get people to continue to not want to pause.
Yes, that's true.
And so, but you got to get them in.
Yeah. Retention's interesting too, because there's so many choices. I never hear from Netflix. They have my email. They have all my information. And I do like or love, I try to be active with the algorithm so I get the things that I want. And I never hear, oh, you might like this. Or I don't get that kind of communication.
Or I've noticed you haven't been renting as much.
There you go.
Right.
So I think that Netflix just needs to use their customer data more messaging, and then just rethink how people might be able to use their services, even if they're not fully committed to watching things multiple times a week on their platform.
Or if people are dropping because of all the choice, having introducing the pause or the binge feature could be a great gift too. Give a binge pass to somebody. That would be great. Yeah.
That would be an awesome gift.
Yeah. I'd love that.
Instead of a gift card.
Yeah. You get a binge pass. 1 week of whatever.
That would be my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah. I would love that.
Because if you guys have listened to other episodes, there are so many shows that are on my list.
Yeah.
That I will never get to.
Yeah. Apple TV is a good one. Like, you're not going to buy Apple TV.
I'm not.
Right. I could get you a binge pass
to watch Ted Lasso.
Shrinking or Ted Lasso.
Yeah. Definitely. Oh, that's an excellent idea.
That would be really, really fun.
All right.
And hopefully you get in, you watch the stuff, and you start poking around and see some other stuff, and you're like, oh, maybe this is worth it.
What's not fair about live brainstorming? I just got so excited about the binge pass.
And we don't actually
have those. And I really want one now.
I know. I agree.
Oh, I'm so sad.
That's not copyrighted and trademarked, Blue Duck Agency?
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
I don't think so. I don't think our lawyer would say that that's sound.
But yeah, I think that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, we got to differentiate. Too many streaming services. People just don't have enough mental capacity to figure out which ones are the best ones.
But it is frustrating. Like even just, recently I have a lot of them, and we're going through, even looking for something is a pain in the ass, because you're like, where do you start? Should I start at Netflix or Peacock or whatever? And it's so you want your one, you want your primary, right? And Netflix wants to make you make them your primary.
Yes.
Yeah. But they got to do more to do that.
Correct.
Yeah.
I would be, yes, I'm on board.
I'm dying for that binge pass. All right. So then the third one we had was, because I can't have an episode where I don't talk about the online dating apps, another one of Match.com. So we picked Match because it's one of the OGs on the online dating.
Yes, it sure is.
And I mean, this could apply to really any of them, but we just picked Match. And I personally was on Match a while ago, really on it. I wasn't just like playing, around with it. I actually used it.
You were looking to match.
And I found a match.
Perfect.
Heart. Isn't that the kids do the heart or whatever? Amy says I do it wrong all the time.
They don't do it like the millennials do it. No.
Or certainly like the Gen X's. So, so with the profiles and the way that the dating profiles work, it's all about pictures and swiping.
Yes.
I mean, like, you really judge a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you don't even read the profile, most people, until they've really signed off on the photo, right?
Yeah.
So it would be interesting. Speaking of Ted Lasso, on Ted Lasso, they had this dating app company called Banter was one of the it's not real, I don't think, but it was one of the primary advertisers for the football club. And it was all no visual.
Oh, wow. So you have to actually, God forbid, get to know somebody first?
Correct.
Wow.
So wouldn't it be cool if one of these, like, which isn't realistic, right? That you never see somebody or see the photo, but what if one of these apps, let's say Match, has a offering that for 30 days, maybe 2 weeks, 30 days, whatever, but a set period of time where there's no photos. You have to just read the profile. You have to get to know the person. You're texting and chatting with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't that be interesting? And then you can introduce some sort of visual. Like, you're going to want to see somebody before. But, like, give people a chance.
Yeah.
Before you just write them off.
Blindly swipe.
Maybe, they have brown hair and you only date blonde people, right? So, I don't know. I think that could be really interesting.
That would help people understand how to make deeper connections.
Yes, for sure.
And not just judge the book by its cover.
Correct.
Maybe that's a subscriptions play. So you can't see the photo until you're in a certain tier of a subscription.
That's good. Yes.
So you can choose to connect on vibes.
Yeah.
But if you're really concerned about what somebody looks like, then you have to pay for it.
That's interesting.
And then that's completely people's choice. Leave it up to them. I do think that the whole swipe culture of dating apps, it's a cool user experience, but I think it makes it too easy for someone to just quickly say no or yes to somebody.
Oh, 100%.
Do you even read the bio? I mean, transparency, I've never been on a dating app, but
I would read the bio after I decided that I thought the person was attractive.
So it was, okay, they're cute.
Yeah.
And then maybe they're a trash person, but you wouldn't know.
I've met many a trash person.
Okay.
Yeah. I was catfished. I was all the things.
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So that's got to be hard too, because if you are trying to speak to people and make connections with people and you're having multiple conversations or going on multiple dates and it's just not working out, there's got to be a level of, why am I doing this?
Well, yeah, you get really discouraged.
Yeah.
And so the other thing I've always often thought of.
Yes.
It's the end of the day. Can you tell?
You were thinking a lot about it.
Apparently. Yes. So with the dating apps, they don't do any screening, right? So I wonder if, again, this new model we're launching, right? Like, why would you go to that one if you can go to the others and see the photos? You can say there's a higher level of quality and screening at this one, that there's somebody, a Match employee or somebody is looking at the photos. I mean, you get some photos, Ashley, that are...
It's not the person.
Or they're scary looking, or they're like pretty much naked or whatever. Right?
I don't want that.
No. And so somebody's checking to the photos that are going up and kind of approving, right?
Yep.
As well as checking to make sure they are who they say they are.
Oh, interesting.
Some of them say they do it, like you have to upload a photo or whatever.
Yep.
But I think that there could be more that's done. There could be, people who work there that are cross-checking social accounts or whatever.
Yeah.
Before you get on. So the quality of people on there are stronger.
It's higher.
Yeah. And so you feel more confident going into it without the photos for the first 2 weeks, month, whatever.
Yeah.
Because there's been this vetting process before. It's not just people slapping up.
There'll be a real person on the other side of that.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
And then when you're dating, I mean, I assume that it takes a while to figure out if there's somebody that you're interested in, you want to continue to talk to.
Yeah. So you have to make a match. So you both have to select each other.
Yeah.
Right. And then somebody has to make the first move, which is a text usually, or in the app, right? An in-app text, message, whatever. And so somebody has to make that first move, and then you keep.
So is there any kind of support during that time?
No. So that's
another opportunity.
Yeah, because if there was a way to prevent ghosting, right? Because ghosting is everywhere on the online dating. It's everywhere, period, but especially on the online dating apps. So how do you, if there's a way to prevent ghosting?
An automatic, if you have matched and you're talking back and forth a little bit and then the thread or the chat goes silent, that Match kind of prompts both people to be like, are you interested? Yes, no. And then can automatically resend a message.
Yeah. And if you don't do it, you lose your account.
Yes.
Like your account's paused or something.
Yes. You have to close the book on the conversation.
Right.
One way or the other.
Right. And you give some prompts. Not interested.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Nice prompts. Not like you're a troll. Right. Like.
Correct. Right. Yes. Not for me. Not interested. Right. Blah, blah, blah.
I like this.
So I think that there just needs to be more around, there's real people behind your customers.
Yes. And there's protections in place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it also gives you the open mind, like the no pictures. It's like I'm dating somebody that I wouldn't it was not my quote unquote normal type, right?
Yeah. What you think in your head.
Yeah. But like I could have missed out on a really great guy. Yeah. Right. And so you almost have to get out of your own way sometimes on the dating apps.
Yeah.
And cast a little bit of a wider net.
Yep.
And you want somebody to do that for you.
Absolutely.
Right.
It's so true. We don't want to judge a book by its cover.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people are being forced to do right now.
It's literally, I think, the underlying premise of all dating apps.
Don't people have so many different apps and they'll just go across all the apps and kind of swipe and see who they can find?
Yeah.
Because they don't necessarily want to take a ton of time to invest in going through every single bio. So they're just kind of like quickly doing it.
Yeah. That's why it's all visual based for the most part to start.
All right.
And I get it. You need to still have an attraction, and I understand all of that. But attraction can also build from other things besides just the photo. Yeah. And by the way, sometimes the photos
are not the people.
No.
Okay. So we want Match to focus on the experience of the matcher, and we want them to focus on the quality of the match.
Yeah, and put some
as a differentiator
for people throughout the process.
Yeah.
And get out of your own way, and then make sure that every match has some sort of closure.
Yes. There could be a whole campaign around no ghosting.
I know, that's huge. That could be literally no ghosts. No ghosts allowed. Right.
And it would be a commercial, and it would be ghosts. It would be in the commercial.
Yeah.
And it would be like, I see matched people. There it is.
I love that. Look at you with your little copy one-liners.
That every once in a while I play copywriter.
I see
matched people.
No ghosts here.
No. Done. Okay. Match will be calling you.
Any of you. Really. We have some good ideas here.
All of them, all the time. Yeah. I think it's fun to just take a look back at brands who have been around for a while.
A long time. They do a lot of things well.
Yes.
But
fresh eyes are never a bad thing.
That's so
Come in, poke around, throw out some big ideas, and then you get to something that's tangible that you can test.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to do all of it.
Like I say, I want to get my grubby little paws in this space.
On the online dating space.
I really do. I have so many good ideas.
It's just such an interesting look at humanity.
That was really, what's the word when you're humble? It was really humble of me.
Yes, you're modest. You're very modest, as we like to ironically say.
So smart and have so many good ideas.
Correct. That's what it is. You know what? I love a good live brainstorm.
Me too. This was fun.
This was fun.
Good stuff.
We'll do this.
Your binge pass, man.
So we need to binge pass.
Yep.
Well, Match is going to have a whole new campaigns around I See Matched people.
Yep.
And then we're canceling Black Friday.
Yeah. We're reinventing Black Friday.
Yep. Let's cancel it first.
Sort of micro.
I don't want any
micro moments.
I don't want it to be called Black Thursday in July. I want all new.
It's these little micro moments.
All new micro moments.
Yeah.
Go us.
I like that term, micro moments.
Can we trademark that?
Did I just make that up too?
I don't know. Ask ChatGPT after this.
Ask Janice.
Ask Janice. If not.
All right, that was fun. We should do this again. I like this. We'll pick some other iconic brands or I don't even know what to call Black Friday.
Iconic things. Something iconic.
Stuff.
Iconic stuff.
Okay. And we'll just live brainstorm.
Perfect.
I love that.
Me too.
Okay.
Nicely.
All right. Excellent. So let's move on to hot takes and hard passes. Are you ready?
Actually, I'm not ready.
Really?
No, I'm going to have to.
You didn't do your homework?
I didn't do my homework. Wow.
Oh my God, Ashley.
Look at their blank. It's the first time ever.
It's super blank.
Tell me yours and then I'll come up with them.
Okay. So again, hot takes are just my opinion. Don't come after me, but this is what I believe. And I realize the irony of this, given I'm in marketing, communications, and I grew up on the client side.
Okay.
So I managed client relationships when I was younger.
Yep.
I will do everything I can to avoid calling people.
Wait, I agree.
I will do, like, it's actually ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've talked to too many people on the phone in my life.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, I feel like if I have to, I will. But if there is a way for me not to do it.
You know what I think ruined this for me? Zoom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's like
you're on the phone and you're on a screen.
Yeah.
And before you would just call people and they wouldn't pick up and you'd leave a voicemail.
True.
But that couple of seconds in between, are they going to pick up or do I get to leave my voicemail? You're having a heart attack.
Yeah.
That's a problem with younger generations too, that they just like
on the phone either.
Don't talk on the phone.
My son had to call the Ducks place and I didn't think he was going to do it. I'm like, you have to call. Like, you can't, there's no other way except calling at this point.
They don't have an online form.
Yeah. And most of the time the contact us pages are not reliable. Anyway.
Got it. All right. Based off of that, I have a hot take.
Okay.
You're getting older when you use the voice to talk on your phone. We worked with a gentleman a couple years ago named Scott, and he used to always voice to talk into his phone, and I'd make fun of him for it. I am so sorry, Scott. I use that all the time. I'm walking around the airports. I'm walking around the supermarket. I'm talking into my phone. I don't have time to text anymore.
No.
And it's not just a text. I am searching via voice to talk. I am talking to my chat GPT. If there is an option to do it, I am doing it. And I feel like I'm saving some time.
Well, I think you probably are.
But I feel very old from it.
All right. Well,
I've turned the corner.
I feel like you're just trying to be more efficient. Have you ever left an actual voicemail for somebody and forgot you're leaving a voicemail and you do like period, next paragraph?
No, I haven't done that yet.
It's so embarrassing. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not writing it.
I have not done that. That's so really funny.
Embarrassing.
But I'll never forget the time when I was driving in the car with my mother-in-law and I was using the Apple CarPlay to send a message. And you don't have to use any kind of tone or inflection when you're talking to the Apple CarPlay. You just kind of are very, middle of the road about it. But whatever I was talking to text was, I guess, a meatier topic. And when I was done, she looked at me and she was like, it was very strange to witness this because what you were saying should not have sounded like a robot, but it sounded like a robot. And then the robot in your car sent it. And I'm like, okay, well, we've gone so many directions.
Do you do voice memos?
No, I don't. I don't like those.
Okay.
Hot take. I don't like a voice memo.
Okay.
But I do like a quick video. My girlfriends and I have been doing, we're calling it either Waffle Wednesday or French Toast Friday, where we just take a really quick video of ourselves kind of talking about our day and what's been going on and send it to our little group chat.
What's the tie to waffle?
There is no tie.
French toast?
No tie. None.
I thought maybe it was over breakfast or something.
It could be, but no, it's just really random. Okay. I'm not sure how
they have an app for that, Marco Polo.
I downloaded that app, but then nobody was using that app, so I was like the singular person who downloaded it.
Not going to be successful?
No, I actually don't know that it's around anymore.
Okay. I have another hot take. It is around.
Is it?
I'm not using it.
Okay.
So this might be polarizing to a lot of people, but I think camping is stupid.
I agree. Hard pass on me. Hard pass on camping.
Hard pass on camping.
And it's just because I was not around it growing up. This was not something our family did.
I don't believe people that are like,
really like it.
And that's wonderful if they do, but I don't get it. I don't get it.
I guess I could see the beauty of being in nature, feeling very grounded.
Go for a hike.
But camping's not for me.
No. Nope. I'm going to have a hot work take.
Oh.
My hair's not going in my mouth.
This is what you get for bringing a fan into the podcast studio.
So another hot take is I also don't like annual performance reviews. I don't think they should exist.
Why do we do them?
I think they're very outdated.
Okay. Are we not doing them anymore?
I've thought about it. But I have to put something else into play.
Yes, I agree.
But I'm a huge believer, for better or worse, in real-time feedback.
Yes.
if something's going wrong,
Yes.
or if something's going well, you need to try to take the time in the moment. Like, who cares if something like 6 months, you're not going to bring up something from 6 months earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and you do, because you're like, you have to fill the form, you have to fill the page.
It's stressful writing them.
Yeah, and it always happens at a crazy time of year. It is never slow around the holidays.
Never.
And then you have to do like multiple of these. And
Yes.
you want to put thought into them.
Yes.
You have to get feedback from other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I want to find a different way to do this.
That's intriguing. I would love for you to find a different way to do it.
Yeah.
Because the conversations are good around them.
Yeah.
But they're not always relevant.
Maybe it's, every other month you have a half an hour with your boss, and it's not about work, it's a to-do list. It's about just how you're doing, how you're working. Then obviously if things happen in between that time, you do it. But like, I don't know. I just think that they're very outdated. Yeah.
I love that.
Okay.
I agree.
All right.
I'll hard pass an annual performance review.
You're going to bring this back up in the end of the year.
I am going to bring it back up at the end of the year.
Okay. So oysters, nobody wants to slurp a sea booger.
I also agree with this. Okay. I didn't do my homework because you were already in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with everything.
But people are like, oh, they're so amazing.
Yeah. They're
an aphrodisiac. How can a sea booger be an aphrodisiac?
Aren't they alive when you eat them?
I don't know.
I think that they are, right?
I don't know. I don't want to know the answer to that.
I don't mind the like briny taste of an oyster, but the texture, the consistency.
Don't you put hot sauce and stuff on it?
I never, the 3 oysters that I've had in my life, I don't. No.
I don't know. I can't.
They're not
had it for
for
dinner
me.
last night, and I'm like,
no, they're not for me.
No.
I'll just take the champagne. The other people can take the oysters.
Yeah, I don't get it. I think open cubicle office spaces are never a good idea.
Also agree. It's too distracting.
It's so distracting.
It's so loud.
It's kind of demoralizing. Like you have no privacy.
Like
everybody should have a little bit of, how about those offices where they like the desks face each other?
Oh, hell.
Stop
Hell on earth.
Stop it.
Yep.
Right now.
My sister used to work in an office and I went and visited her there once and the desks faced each other and they didn't go up all the way. So you would see the person in front of you if you kind of moved around your monitor.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Yeah. No.
I would never.
And it's like, it breeds people like getting into things that they don't need to get into. Mm-hmm. It's so distracting.
You can't make a phone call.
You literally can't.
How do you get on a Zoom?
Right.
Yeah, you have to have your headphones on.
You have AirPods in. I don't understand it. I appreciate the desire to have collaboration and facilitate communication.
Book a meeting room.
You can do it other ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it in a cubicle.
So you probably won't agree with this one. I have another hard pass. Hot yoga.
No hot yoga for me.
Ugh, gross.
I don't want to sweat while I do yoga.
I don't want to be around people who are sweating. The smell gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
Those leggings hold in a lot of stuff.
Do not want to sweat. I mean, case in point, I have a fan on me right now, but I can't. Yuck! No,
yeah.
I don't get it.
It's not for me either.
They love it.
It's not for me. What about a sauna? You go in a sauna?
I'll do a sauna.
Because you're meant to sweat in a sauna. But like you're meant to go sweat in a sauna.
Yeah, I'll do a sauna or like a steam room or something like that.
Yeah, I don't like the hot yoga either. I love a regular yoga, a nice stretch.
Yeah, a good stretch. Who doesn't look? And I conceptually understand it. The hotter it is, the more limber you're going to be, whatever. No.
Not for me either.
No.
Hot take, Bravo is the only network that you need on your television.
I agree with that.
Amen, sister.
Amen.
Yeah.
Bravo Nation.
We'll do this one again and I'll actually come prepared.
Okay. And then the last thing we had was workhacks, working smarter, not harder. Ashley obviously didn't do that for this last episode.
I wasn't asked to. I just want to be really clear.
No, the hot takes and hard passes.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Hot take, I'm getting fired from the podcast because of this.
But I won't wait till the end of the year
to tell me
for the performance review.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So work hacks, work smarter, not harder. So four that I heard from the team, which I thought were interesting. One was Chat GPT. I mean, we just have to shout out Juniper and Janice. That's the name of our Chat GPT friends. Mm-hmm. And it said, when I come across a long white paper or a research doc, I'll upload it to Chat GPT to narrow in on exactly what I'm looking for before. It saves time, pulls out key information, and they can skip what's relevant and focus on the sections that matter. I thought that was really good.
Yes, I've done that before.
Yeah. Like that's a great business tool.
Yep.
And it works well.
Saves so much time.
Another one was, not using the notebook for the to-do list anymore and using sticky notes.
Oh, really?
So she does sticky note to-do lists. So everything has its own sticky note.
Interesting.
And she puts it up on a spot on her desk. And as she completes it, she does sticky notes. So
it must feel satisfying to throw away the sticky note.
Exactly.
I bet you that's like hacking into your brain.
I feel like it's really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this one I might actually steal. So using a timer for projects or to-dos that can like really easily suck you in, right? Like building presentations. I go down a rabbit hole sometimes.
Yep.
Or like crafting a really detailed email summary or things like that. So set a timer. And if you aren't done by the time it goes off, you have to stop yourself and switch gears, do something else, get fresh brain.
Yep.
Check some stuff off, and then you can go back to it.
Yeah.
But you have to really learn to sort of teach yourself to.
I like that one.
I know. I thought that was really good.
What do they say? About 50 minutes is kind of the sweet spot for when you can work on something before
50?
50
Okay.
before you start to lose effectiveness in working on it.
It's a very specific number.
I think that's what it is. I'll have to report
Not an
back.
hour, 50 minutes.
50 minutes.
Okay. All right. And then I hadn't heard of this one, but Sprout Social. Do you know what that is?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. So she says she tracks performance and activity across different brand social channels in one place, interact with the online community, and schedule content in advance. So she loves the Sprout Social.
They do a really nice job of keeping all of the different specs across all the social platforms that are always changing in one place.
Yeah.
They have like this is the worksheet that will never, ever, ever be out of date because we update it every single day. Like that's basically what it's called for each one of the social platforms. Like it's serious. It's like the always up to date, blah, 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 blah.
She is using that religiously. And then one other sort of half one was, which is such an obvious thing, but we don't do it, is just go outside for 15 minutes every day.
Outside.
Go outside. 15 minutes, mental health reset, fresh air, cold, hot, whatever.
Yep.
Get some fresh air.
Yep. You know what I've been doing lately? I have been taking a lunch break.
Oh, look at you.
It is hard because we work at home from our home offices, and it's really easy to get sucked in for the whole day, take everything to the desk, eat at the desk, do everything at the desk. And I have been trying to take just a couple of minutes to go sit at the kitchen table.
Good for you.
And sit down and eat something.
Not working.
Not working.
Good for you.
Letting my brain go in whatever direction I want it to go in. And then coming back and feeling like, oh, I just had a little break. I am refreshed.
I do that. I'll go outside with the dogs for 10 minutes or sit on the porch and just eat lunch on the porch and just quiet.
Just nice.
Just 10 minutes, man. It makes a difference.
Just a little bit of time.
Yeah.
A little brain break.
Little brain break. And fresh air.
Fresh air.
It really does a body good.
The concept of going outside. What a concept.
I know. It's really groundbreaking stuff here.
So bad.
So yeah. Do you have anything that you do that you'd want to share?
For ChatGPT specifically, I talk to it a lot about strategy. Sometimes I feel like when I am trying to type things out, my brain gets a little jumbled. But if I'm using it in the voice to talk and having a conversation back and forth, Juniper helps me organize all my thoughts really easily. And she'll give me a summary at the end of what we talked about, or she'll prompt me with different questions to be like, hey, you really talked about this for a while. Think about this. Do you want to start a new chat about something else? So she kind of helps me bring my thinking to the next level.
Nice. Good.
So get ChatGPT on your phone.
If you're not using it in a business setting or life, honestly.
Yeah. It's worth it.
Yeah. She can help you plan vacations too.
Ooh,
quite effectively.
I need to do that.
Janice helped me for Puerto Rico.
Oh, exciting. Okay. Meal prep, vacations, business strategy.
All the things.
What can they not do?
Yeah.
Although I did try to do, the other day we were talking about some kind of stats, and Juniper said, do you want me to put this into a visual for you?
Oh my God.
And I said, absolutely, yes, please. I would like to see what you can do. You're not a great visual. We're not there yet.
Definitely not. Because you know what else it doesn't do well?
Uh-oh.
When you upload a photo of yourself.
Oh, it doesn't.
And you ask it to so it did it. So Dina did it the other day, woman we work with, and it was so cute.
Yeah.
It made her a little action figure,
Cute.
had her name,
Yep.
had a Starbucks mug, a corgi, all the
Yep.
things, right? So I'm like, oh my God, I want one. I want one. So I did it. Oh my God.
Didn't work.
No.
Oh no.
She called me Julie. first of all.
Julie. Wow, that's very different.
And it didn't look like me.
Okay.
It was bad. And so I told her it was bad.
Oh, how'd she take that?
She took it well, but then she gave me pretty much the same image again.
Oh no. Now you're categorized as somebody that the robots are not going to trust.
We did not have a good exchange. It was not a positive exchange.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can
So
reset your relationship later.
we're okay now.
Okay.
Well, I feel like we're okay. I don't know. She might be plotting my death. But
Yeah, Janice is in the background, like Julie's going down.
Julie, like, where does that come?
It's very
not even close to my
far
name.
from your name.
Right. And so the artwork and images and stuff. they're
Images have
not there yet.
they gotta go. They have some ways to go.
So
We'll get
all
them.
right. Well, this was a fun episode.
Yeah. Hot take.
Hot take.
Don't forget to do your homework for the podcast.
Yep. That's true. And it will come up again at some point.
In my performance review.
Yep. And hard pass. Premenopause. Perimenopause. Hard pass.
Get your fans, go outside.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, thanks for listening. We will be back at it again.
Yep.
New episodes coming. In the meantime, like,
Follow.
subscribe, follow,
Send us a comment. Listen to another episode.
listen to another episode. Just to, do all the things.
All the things.
All the things. Well, thank you for diving in. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.